I don't own the rights to this music, but I own the rights to this story. Racism doesn't work without black cooperation, and this is the Maryland Black Caucus. I've been making a movie and a documentary about race and racism in America since 2006. The Maryland Black Caucus has been knowing about it since the beginning. All right? Barbara Robinson, Lisa Gladden, Cheryl Glenn. Yeah, a lot of y'all. Cheryl Glenn, Nathaniel Oates. This is the new crop. This is the new crew. If you go to Senator Antonio Freeman and Antonio Hayes, it'll be what it be. This is the 2020 version. And on this day, on this very day, March 13, 2009, I blew the whistle to the Maryland Black Caucus. I blew the whistle to the Maryland Black Caucus, but the Maryland Black Caucus wanted to protect Governor O'Malley's mom machine. I blew the whistle, all right? That's you right there. See that? Tell a Branch knew about it. Kurt Anderson knew about it. You feel me? You feel me? Mayor Pugh. So now we're talking about Robin Lewis, Charles Sidnor. We're talking about Lisa Attenberry. Vanessa Attenberry has a breakdown. It's a blueprint of the corruption. Names the judges, the lawyers, and the politicians in the media. If you go to Fox 45 been having this since I started this. When I started this, Fox 45 was a part of this. You go to the Daily Record, Byron Sears, he was there when I made this announcement. Because the 2020 session, I attended your opening ceremonies. We was in the Montgomery County room, and I told y'all then, I want justice, I want my freedom, I want my property, all right? It's making a movie and a documentary about race and racism in your courts. False imprisonment for filming a documentary about racism in the Lake County judicial system. It was a reentry program. And you got 135 inmates in Lake in Baltimore, all right? That's Miss Gion, because this covers Illinois and Maryland, all right? That's from 2009, all right? Maryland Black Caucus. You see who that is? All right? John Carden, Bobby Zirkin. We talking about the money you make off of black bodies in Baltimore. Bobby Zirkin. You feel me? These are the names. I'll be in Annapolis on Monday. And I've been coming to Annapolis for a long time. I want access to the grand jury. I want my property back. I want my standings in the community back. The state of Maryland owes me $2.6 million in lost wages. It owes me another $130 million in film that they took from me. I made a movie called I Am Dred Scott, and one of the movies was Martin Luther King, I Am a King. I applied for Martin Luther King's job on February the 2nd, 2011. My property was stolen. The entire contents of the defendant's vehicle, a 1997 Chevy Suburban. You owe me for the truck, you owe me for the computer and the contents of the vehicle. You give me the contents of that vehicle, somebody going to jail. That's a body attachment. Subpoena requested. All right? You are liable with a body attachment. Failure to appear in the subpoena. Nobody got served. Pollard Torn never answered for that. Pollard Torn never answered for that. This is collusion and coercion because Pollard Torn worked with Schellenberger. Schellenberger made money off of that truck when they sold the truck to Pollard Torn. That's racketeering and fraud in the court. That's the grand jury for 2020. I asked to access the grand jury under Senate Bill 374 in 2020. Senate Bill 374, Baltimore City Circuit Court grand jury investigation. Yeah. I want my rights to be protected. I want my rights to be protected. I don't want no new laws. I want this law to be enacted. And this is Marilyn Mosby. I respectfully asking for the office of the state's attorney as well as the Commissioner Davis to assist me. I filed a witness protection application. Greg Bernstein, 5 days later, I was illegally arrested by the Baltimore County. Yeah, we want all this out there. President Barack Obama, Judiciary Valario, Bobby Zirkin, and Loretta Lynch. Federal investigation 2019. I gave this to Governor Hogan last year. Dear Governor Hogan, I still have our 2017 Christmas photo. I even got the dog. This is my third letter concerning the corruption in the Democratic Party. Enclosed is a letter from the Baltimore County Executive, Johnny Oleski, asking for a federal investigation into my 2011 case. Everybody in this picture know about what I've been going through, and nobody in this picture has stood up for me, won't open their mouth about this. So, like I said, I was making a movie about y'all. Ain't no law against making a movie about you. Ain't no law against that. Judge Bennett, Robert Hardin of the Department of Justice, Brian Frost, the Attorney General, Peter Francott, Johnny Oleski. Y'all got this in 2019. This is the ACLU, because I got a case file with the ACLU. That's my file number. I'm going to show you the money that the ACLU been making off of black bodies and black tragedies since since 1986. That's Chief Justice Roberts. This is a follow-up letter enclosed to the videotape from the 2010 elections. All right. I was locked up in Illinois and Maryland and labeled a terrorist because I was exposing the corruption in the courts. Eric Holder, Alan Locks, Rod Rosenstein, Richard McFeely. I started my project September the 4th, 2006. Governor O'Malley showed interest in the project. You feel me? 13 storyboards, jailhouse diaries, daily ledgers, movie releases, evidence. And Governor Hogan got it. Bobby Zirkin got it. Valario got it. Y'all working in cahoots. Governor Hogan can go to jail for obstruction of justice, political prisoner, community activist. Fast forward, 2018, Chief Justice Bennett. Enclosed within this letter is material evidence for the grand jury to see in front of the yellow envelope. All right, NAACP concerning the Bureau of Prisons, the Shorty program. All right, shows everything. And right here, I'm writing you this letter as a follow-up to our online submission of whistleblower in the courts. You have links attached to the judicial complaint to give clarity to the situation and my request to testify in front of a federal grand jury. I respectfully request to present evidence to the testimony concerning racketeering, corruption in the courts as a private citizen. Senate Bill 374. Senate Bill 374. You've been denying me access to this grand jury since 2008. NAACP, ACLU, President Obama, and Borner, all right? This is the cases that the Maryland Black Caucus has been denying to defend. You know what I'm saying? All black ain't black. Just because you got black faces don't mean that you care about black people. That's the evidence right there. I filed that first case. The first case, 24C210, that was for $54 million lawsuit. Illinois case, 07CF, that's when you kidnapped me for making this movie. Maryland 08-2560704, that's the case against Jake Davis. That's the state's attorney's office. I blew the whistle on you on February the 2nd, 2011 at 8 o'clock in the morning, and you locked me up. Illinois, Maryland, city, county, state, and federal levels. An interstate compact. I am Dred Scott. Dred Scott was a free man in one state and a slave in another during the Missouri Compromise. So I was making a movie called I Am Dred Scott. Rob Fix was making a movie, Letters Design. Rob Fix is my producer for the movie Letters Design. That's his name. Everything that Rob Fix has is evidence for a federal investigation. Anything that Rob Fix has will never go to the silver screen unless it goes in front of the House Judiciary and a federal court. That was evidence and artwork. Ain't no law against making a movie. That's the Maryland Black Caucus. And that's President Trump. You asked for evidence of corruption? Well, I'm going to give you evidence of corruption. I'm going to give you evidence of corruption in Congressman Cummings' office. I'm going to give you the Democratic Party on a silver platter. I'm going to give you the Maryland Black Caucus. And I'm going to use the Constitution to do it. You go to NBC, Lester Holt, he got this too. That's me coming to Annapolis. That's my Department of Justice number, 2911907, Department of Justice. We're gonna go with the First Amendment, the Fifth Amendment. See that? Nor shall be compelled in any criminal case to be a witness against itself, nor be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process and equal protection, and shall private property be taken, the public use without just compensation. That means you got to compensate me for my losses. You got to pay me for what you stole from me. Maryland Black Caucus, do your job or lose your job, because I gave you this on the first day of session. Vanessa Attenberry has a breakdown and a blueprint. Mary Washington, you running for mayor? Well, you got to do this before you get that seat. Frank Conway, your father destroyed evidence. Luke Cole Clippinger asked for evidence. This is part of the evidence for Luke Clippinger. Former city leader, disgraced politician. Well, you got more that's going to be disgraced. See that? That's my case number. Department of Justice case number. Eric Holder, President Obama, 2015. I'm an honorably discharged veteran of the United States Navy. And the state of Maryland took property from me. It was court ordered to be returned in 2011. That property hasn't been returned. I'm supposed to be compensated for this property. All right? That's Governor Hogan. That's my lawyer, John Bailey. That's the case. To whom it may concern. Fixed Media. I was insured and I had $1 million policy. You owe me $1 million for my insurance claim. That's it right here. "37 pages, United States Constitution, certified mail receipts, forged checks." Yeah. Like I said, I was making a movie and am making a movie. The movie's about the Maryland Black Caucus. It's about Dred Scott. It's about Dred Scott. Do blacks have rights in which white America respects? Y'all took pictures with Frederick Douglass. You took pictures with Harriet Tubman. Well, now we're gonna take pictures with Dred Scott. We're gonna put you on the auction block. In 2011, my daughter graduated from high school. No, college. Y'all locked me up. I didn't go to my daughter's graduation. You locked me up. You charged me with you charged me with terrorism. You charged me with terrorism. You feel me? So I kept a jailhouse diary, and that's the first draft of my diary. And it details everything I've been going through. I need a federal and a state audit. I'm out $2.6 million, and I need to be compensated for my losses. Sid Noor, Robin Lewis, Clippinger, Maryland Black Caucus. Do blacks have rights in which white America respects? Well, we're about to find out, because y'all voted for this shit. The 13th Amendment. In 2007, y'all locked me up for filing a $2.5 billion class action lawsuit. Pat Young, Appropriations Committee. Antonio Hayes, Leon Pinkett, Bazemore. Consumer protection fraud from the Attorney General's office. I was locked up in another state. I couldn't assign checks. And me and Mr. Miller talked about this personally. It's called puppet law. We got a whole page about this. See the date? See the toilet? NAACP 92Q. ABC2, that's my birth certificate, because like I said, I'm not from around here. That's my certificate of birth. It says I'm white. St. Therese Hospital, Lake County, Illinois. Feel me? Shorty's Bootleg Barbecue. This is the evidence that I said I want to speak in front of the grand jury. That's the case, and I won this case. You got to compensate me for my losses. This is where the state of Illinois, Maryland came into my house and put guns to my head. Yeah, Governor O'Malley ordered that. The gun task force. We're going to talk about all that. I do my work at Starbucks, 1 cup at a time. Austin, Texas. Austin, Texas. Catonsville. Bethesda. Yeah, I'm Shorty. So we're not going to have lobby day this year, Jobs for Justice, but I am coming down there to ask you to go for Senate Bill 374. I am Shorty, out for justice. Get out to vote. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Because like I said, I'm coming to Annapolis, and I want all this as my evidence, my videotaped evidence to access the grand jury in 2020. We'll talk about Schellenberger. That's Johnny Oleski. That's my 3rd letter. 2019. Federal investigation from 2010. Alex Butler, Johnny Oleski, Gail King. Yeah. These are the mail receipts. Larry Hogan. Jane Miller. Like I said, a federal and a state audit. I'm out $2.6 million in wages and $130 million in product and material. Movies worth a lot of money in 2020. Movies about the Democratic Party in Maryland. Movies about Congressman Cummings. Movies about Schellenberger. Governor Hogan. Mayor Stephanie Rawlins Blake. And Mayor Pugh. Department of Justice, Scott Schellenberger. All evidence submitted to you and your members of your department exposing the corruption in the courts and the property taken from Dwayne G. Davis. Yeah. And this was received in the state's attorney's office. 2014. Whistleblower, Comptroller of Maryland. Forged checks from Shorty's Pit Beef from March 2008. Yeah. IRS case number. This is the proof I was making a movie about racism in the judicial system. And that was the racism in the judicial system. That's Ozzie Newsome. That's Ed Molitello from the Ravens, because I work for the Ravens, the Orioles. I work for 85% of the richest people in the state. It's my movie releases. Chief Johnson, Judge Cox, Judge Turnbull, Greg Bernstein, State's Attorney Nielsen, Mosby, Schellenberger, me, Mayor Pugh, Hardens from the Department of Justice, Governor O'Malley, State's Attorney Mosby, Commissioners, Judge Bennett, 2007, Department of Justice, Federal Bureau of Prisons. Like I said, I was making a movie about your prisons, and these are the supporters of Shorties. These are the people that support me. I got supporters of Shorty. I had white people supporting my black cause when my black people left me in jail. You left me in jail and you turned your back on me. And you know who you are. That's Congressman Cummings. Whistleblower. All right. Congressman Cummings' office. I seen Congressman Cummings on August the 13th. I was one of the last people to see him alive. All right, that's Congressman Cummings. Congressman Cummings. Worked for Amnesty International. That's Judge Turnbull. 2009. And see who knew about it? Governor O'Malley, ACLU, Chief Justice Boers, Cardens, Cummings, Mikulski. Certified mail receipts. And this is where it all started at, right here in 2006. Get Shorty. Governor O'Malley's program, my program, I gave Governor O'Malley, Mayor O'Malley, 2006, 2007, 86. All right. You have asked my opinion whether you should be considered convicted of the 86 case. No, I'm not convicted. I'm innocent of all charges. And you knew about it. You stole property from me in Illinois and you stole property from me in Maryland. That's Senator Ben Cardin. See the date? 2007. In regards to your documentary, I would not be able to appear in it. Yeah, you can't appear in the documentary. But like I said, it's a documentary. It's a documentary about being black in America, about being black in Baltimore. White justice and black justice. It's a documentary made by Rob Fix Productions, Letters Design. This is 2007, 2011, 2007. I missed my daughter's graduation. Senator Antonio Hayes has my evidence. Pat Young, we done had this conversation. You locked me up. I own Shorties. All shares are Shorties. Nobody should have been signing my checks. Nobody had the right to sign my checks. I've been in business since 1998. I was insured. And my premium was paid. And I'm the only one that could cash off on that. This is Johnny Oleski. And I gave this to you on the opening day I gave you the opening day of session. Johnny Oleski. I'm writing you in reference to Dwayne Shorty Davis. I met Mr. Davis several times over the past year, and he has expressed concerns about a number of issues that could fall under your purview. I'm requesting that your office take another look at his case and see if it is any warranted additional attention. I committed to Mr. Davis that I would at least request an assistance. Dog, y'all don't want to do nothing. I filed criminal charges. Nobody want to process them criminal charges. I was kidnapped by the state. I'm not Emmett Till. I'm not Tyrone West. I'm not Freddie Gray. I'm not Trayvon Martin. I'm Shorty, and I'm here to tell my truth. Do blacks have rights in which white America respects? All right, this is the law, and I followed the law. Thank you for contacting the Comptroller's Office and requesting an audit of your taxes. To better assist you, forwarding to Director of Compliance Division to have assigned a representative look into the matter. All right? And never did it. If you suspect tax fraud regarding your federal income tax, it is your responsibility to contact the Internal Affairs. And I did. I also filed it with the IRS. And I also filed a criminal complaint with the police department. I did all of that. That's Peter Francott and Brian Frost. I'm writing you to your department's unpaid taxes and reported state and federal funds, Shorty's Rib Shack, Cockeysville, $160,000. Notarized 2016. I was making a movie about your parole and probation. See the date? October 2009. Enclosed, you find the following motion to withdraw your guilty plea: the fitness evaluation and discovery, including the indictment. I did not copy the criminal part. See that? I was serving y'all up. Release the material to the voters. Yeah, the voters need to see this in 2020. Top paragraph, Governor O'Malley. Yeah, 1402 Lochner, long before I got locked up in 2010. This is for the inmates in Lake County, Illinois, P.O. Box 38. Because you got 138 inmates in Lake County, Illinois that asked to be free. They asked for the Department of Justice to investigate. They asked the ACLU to help. So I put together a petition, and we signed off on it. So we're going to file a class action lawsuit in 2020. Like I said, I'm a whistleblower. That's a Whistleblowers Act. 2008. 2008. I'm a whistleblower on the courts. A whistleblower. And that's the Department of Justice. And the Maryland Black Legislative Caucus didn't do nothing about this. You feel me? Application for interstate compact. Other conditions, discharge. Mr. Dwayne G. Davis, a.k.a. Shorty. All right? 1402 Lochner. You kidnapped me from my home. I am Dred Scott. I'm a slave in one state and I'm a free man in another. But you're making money off the prison industry. You're making money off of slavery. I'm not a slave. I own shorties. I own all parts of me. So the Maryland Black Caucus, it's time to do your job in 2020 session. This is evidence for my innocence and evidence to testify in front of the state grand jury. It's about Governor Hogan's Accountability Act 2020. Schellenberger's accountable.